Hey y'all, I hope everyone's had a great week outside of the weekend. I guess my week has been okay. But so I'm sitting here about to talk about today's um Smackdown situation. Now I'm trying to think because I'm hungry. I haven't ate all day really except for breakfast, which is not good. Give me a sec. So I'm trying to eat, do all this other stuff. I'm about to go to bed. My hair's been up most of the day. I took it down. I'm about to take it back out because it's itching. To let it breathe. But yeah, so I loved Smackdown today. One of the things that made me like it better was the fact that it was an international crowd. I seen someone tweet that the UK, Puerto Rico, and France were the big three. So I was like, I had to think about what they said. Because I could have sworn that last year Money in the Bank was in France, but it was in the UK. But some of the chants were the same. So when they said that, I was like, yeah. I was like, you guys throw in Mexico next year. Or sometime this year, we be doing something. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in my heart of hearts that Mexico is going to be lit. You hear me? Like, I was surprised that the UK was lit. I think that's when John Cena came. I think it was John Cena came Money in the Bank. He was trying to get WrestleMania there. But, and I kind of knew Australia was going to be, I think if they would have had it on the east side of Australia, like Sydney, Melbourne, something like that, I think it would have been, or the southeast side, it'd probably been more lit. But yeah, so France knocked it out the park in the past. UK's knocked it out of the park. Puerto Rico knocked it out of the park last year for Backlash. So this yeah, Smackdown was good, and honestly what made it better was the crowd interaction. And this is what I say when I say, this is what I mean when I say that the crowd determines if the match is going to be good or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said before, my son and I have been to Charlotte, DC, Raleigh. We've been to 4 live. I had to think. We had to 4 live events. We're going to one in 2 weeks. It'll be our 5th one. So we will have done 2 Raw, 2 Smackdown. This will be our 3rd Raw. So in Greensboro. So this is why I say the crowd determines if it's going to be a good match or not, because the interaction, if you're going to have a good time, not if it's going to be a good match, if you're going to have a good time. Now, if you're overall excited about wrestling and the situation and storylines and stuff like that, in general, it's going to be good regardless. But if you like, part of being a part of the live crew is the interaction, and I love the interaction, and that's why I had rated like where I was at. The interaction between the people that you sit around makes it better, because if you're one of those people that want to say something and scared to say something, and you get next to somebody that's like, get him with a chair, like every single second, it's gonna make you eventually be like, all right, I could do it too. And then if you're not, and it's your first time going, the you yelling and screaming, the other people yelling and screaming at the crowd makes it so much better. It makes it even better. Now, if everyone's sitting there like this, either they're a real proper crowd, like you're going somewhere where people are just, um, I feel like in many ways Japan is like that. The storyline is boring. Stories of the matches are boring. Or I guess maybe people are just tired or not understanding or whatever. But France is lit. Because somebody was like, next PLE in Europe, I'm going. I said, okay. Because somebody was like, Chicago is good. Chicago is good. And I was like, Chicago is good. But honestly, I mean, and people always say, oh, New York is good because of Madison Square Garden. Philly still has the most dedicated and abusive fans I know in the United States. Fight me, okay? I'm not even from Philly. Like, I have family members there. And even before I was born, my mom was like, Philly's crowd be out of control. They're like, if they win it, they down to fight. If they lose it, they down to fight. Like, don't talk junk about them or like nothing like that. So I was like, okay, that's why Destiny Child, like I said, got booed out when they sang the national anthem because I think one of the girls wore a Lakers jersey dress. Beyonce wore a Lakers and 76ers jersey dress, and then the other girl, Kelly or Michelle, wore the 76ers one. So it was a mess. And they're like that with anything, concerts, hockey, baseball, basketball, football. Like they don't care. Okay. To me, they got to be the livest, one of the livest or roughest crowds. I don't know about anywhere else, but I know that for sure. This thing is getting on because it's heavy right here. So it started out with, oh God, I did my hair last week. Well, I finished it last Thursday. No, I finished it on. I think you guys saw it, but so I think it started with the girls, right? So the first person that came out was Bayley. So it was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Bayley came out. No, Naomi came out. So I was like, okay, so this has to lead up to Backlash, which I like the way that they did it. Because normally, you know, before PLE, we get to see the stars interact from Raw and Smackdown. In both instances, the only people we didn't see was Jay and Damien. But I'm like, excuse me, but I'm like outside of Raw when Judgment Day had fought. I called them the Caramel Brothers because they all the same skin complexion. But Ricochet, Jay, and Andrade. My son was like, I could be a part of that group. I'm that same color. I said, you can't be a part of the group. I was like, it's not a thing, but you know. But yeah, so I'm like, outside of that, I don't see what else they could have added to that. I was wondering, like, was their fight gonna be a no DQ or no street fight match? Because in the past year, like, Priest has really shined in them street fight matches. Like, that is his segue. Now, I know wrestlers have room to grow, but I'm saying last year Backlash against Bad Bunny, okay, they killed that. That should have been the last match. I'm still standing on that. I don't care if Roman was the champion for 30,000 years, okay? And then the match when they fought Sammy and KO, was that Fastlane in Pittsburgh, and they had a street fight match? Like, okay, crushed it, okay? Like, if this is something, gonna be something similar, or we gonna get the same type of energy, I'm here for it. If we don't get the same type of energy, I don't want it, okay? I feel like the women should open for Fastlane, and the women should close. I just feel like that. I feel like it should be, say, the triple threat match. and then it should be this is just my opinion, and then it should be the IC title is not getting defended. The US title is not getting defended. So it should be that, and then it should be Damian and Jay. And then I would say it would be the Bloodline versus RKO. And then Cody and AJ, and then end with the tag team match. Like, that's how it should they be. Because all of the matches are here. But I feel like people are going to be excited for the women. And then they're going to be excited because it's Jay and Damian. But if one of these matches don't deliver, it'll probably go like this. And we know the Bloodline and RKO is going to bring it back up here. So that way, if it does go up, down, up, you start on the up, you end on the up. You know what I'm saying? And then you start with women, you end with women. But if not, you can reverse it and do Damon and Jay, then the triple threat, then the Bloodline, then the tag team, and then end with Cody and AJ. But I honestly don't think that Cody and AJ's match will be as exciting as the women. I don't really think I don't know. I'm just saying, this is just me just talking out the top of my head what I think. And then so it started with the women. So I was confused because Bayley had came out. So then Naomi came out, then Bayley came out. So I was like, okay, so it's gonna be like a triple threat situation. So then when Damage Control came out, bless you, I was like, who else is? Okay, so I'm like, it's a tag team match. So then when the three of them came out, of course, Kyrie looks great, hair, makeup. Love Oscar. And I was like, Oscar dances to anybody's music. She don't care. And someone was like, I said, I'm a fan. Someone was like, I just now noticed how she sells. I was like, she been doing that for months, okay? And I was like, and if you only look at her, when like they play Bianca's music or Naomi's music and she comes out first, she's on the sideline dancing to their music too. Like, okay? So she, and then they had, what threw me after that is when they had, was it Tiffany came out first or Bianca came out first? Tiffany came out, which if this is her first time debuting her new song, I like it. I liked it better than the other one because the other one I couldn't get with. Like, I don't know. I don't even think it had words. And all music don't need to have words because one of my favorite entrances is The Rock's before he did that Transformers Megatron Megazord thing at the beginning. But like one of my favorites is his just solely for the bass guitar and then the riff for the regular guitar. So I have no problem with just solo music. But hers, I felt like was missing something. So this new version of her song is better, in my opinion. And then it was, then Bianca came out. And of course, production, okay, we all with the little butterfly kisses and stuff. Because I was confused. At first, I only saw Naomi's gear with the white or the silver, and I was like, okay, girl. And I was confused. I was like, I ain't paying attention to the rest of it. If she had the rest of it on, then I didn't see it because up close I was like, okay. So then after that they did her stuff, and then they said a storm is coming. I said, oh. I said it's a 4-on-4 match, so this is a good way to display. Whoever did that, produced that, y'all did a good job because y'all ended up showcasing both sets of women for both matches at one time, and ended up being a good match. So loved the match. Loved how okay, Naomi, Trinity, every time she goes somewhere, she gets like a themed wig, the matching gear. Miss Sandra and Christina be doing her thing, that thing with her gear, and so like that. I thought that was good. She paid homage to the country instead of matching. Because when I looked, I was like, Tiffany looked more like she a part of their group than she is Damage Control. And then I love the fact that Naomi went first, and then Naomi tapped Bianca, and then while Bianca was fighting, and I was like, poor Kari, because she been in that ring forever. Bayley tapped her, and Bianca was like, "What you do that for?" Basically, like, I had it, this, that, and the third. So Bayley went in. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I normally go to bed this time. And then Bianca went in, and Tiffany went in, and then Tiffany hit Jade. I said, ooh. Then I think either she knocked down Naomi too, or Billy accidentally knocked her down. I said, it's going to be an issue now. Okay. So then it ended up being issues. So then she was looking hurt, and Bianca was looking at her, and then they looked like they had a beef. Like, do I trust to tag her? And she ain't tag her. And then she ended up tagging Jade instead. Speaking of, loved Dakota's hair also in her gear. Like, I loved it. Okay. Her gear lately has been really good. Well, her outfits have been really good lately. Not lately, I'm not gonna say that, but I've been loving her outfits lately. That's how I would say it. Like, a lot of times the girls are like, oh, their outfit's cute. But like that, like, I really, really like, and I like the way it looks on her. Cause like certain people, you know how when you go and look at certain outfits, or even when you go shopping online and you look at someone like a real life person, you be like, oh, that outfit look real good on there. I'm gonna get it. And then you get it, and then it don't look the same on you, and you be like, Like, sometimes that's how it be. But sometimes I feel like that's how it is, because I think like with her swag and like everything, that it fits her. So I love it. But sorry. So then so then they did Jade, and I was like, okay, Jade. Like, Jade did the choke slam. I think she's the only woman, I think, on the main roster that does a choke slam. If anyone else does it, I don't recall them doing it. Like, now, y'all, I know, a lot be going on with me, so my memory sometimes be bad, but I was like, I don't remember the last time I saw a woman do a choke slam. It's been a while, but I wasn't mad at it. And then I was like, okay. So somebody was like, AEW man hiding Jade or whatever, and people were saying that TK is terrible at booking the women and he's getting better, whatever. None of my business. But I was like, I honestly think that she's been improving based on who she's around. Because if you're around the best and you're around vets, Bianca and Naomi, then you have no choice but to step your game up. And or she's actually she's been absorbing stuff from son, and she's actually been training. Like, you can't stay stagnant forever. And the people that's like, oh, she's bad, she's not. She hasn't been in the game that long, y'all. Like, it takes some people, it takes a little longer. And then if you don't wrestle as much, it takes even longer. Or if you don't do something as much, it takes even longer as someone that does it twice as much as you do. So, of course. But she looked great, okay? And then she comes, I can't wait to see what they wear tomorrow. Like, that's one of my things. Like, I know when I do the videos, I always talk about like the hair, the makeup, the gear, even the gear for the men and the hair for the men. Because some of the men, the outside flow, whatever, that's what they do. Some of them wet their hair, that's what they do. And then some of them, like Damien's two long center glees twists with the hair pulled back, I can get with that. Hopefully he'll wear that, or the two in the front. But the one with the crochet with all of them, like, I don't like that. And then it's heavy. As someone that wore it, okay, and put it in people's hair, I know it's heavy. That's why I be like, how do you? That's a lot of weight to add to your head to be trying to. And I don't like it. That's my personal opinion. And I thought it was just me. Someone was like, who keep putting these two to his head? I was like, okay, because the women of color in the community in the wrestling community is not a fan. Okay? I thought it was just me. And, but it ended up being a great match. I love the play-by-play towards the end. Like, everybody from each group was getting somebody. Boom, 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 boom. And then, Bianca hit, who's she hit with that KOD? Was it Asuka? She hit Asuka with that KOD. And then the girls won. You know what's the sad part though about this whole situation? Is 2 years ago Asuka was a beast. Now she getting beat up. But I mean, it is what it is. And then someone was on Twitter or X or whatever you call it, showing the press conference or them showing Bayley, and it was like they need to put more respect on Bayley's name because they had under her caption like NXT Women's Champion. It was like, when is Bayley? So she's the NXT Women's Champion. I was like, okay, like who messed that up? Like, what do y'all be doing? Okay, if anything, double triple check what you're supposed to do, especially when it's up for people to see. And this is speaking from experience, because I don't do production as much as probably they do, but I do it once a week for 3 hours. And I know, like, you got to make sure that what you're clicking on matches up with what's supposed to go up there on the screen, because if not, it's a mess. And then for people, because I do it at church, so for me, I gotta make sure my stuff is right, because for people that don't know words to songs, people that has never been here, don't know the routine and stuff, if I'm producing a play, the graphics and the sound for the play and stuff like that, I need thorough rehearsal, at least, a whole day. It don't have to be 24 hours a day before, or 12 hours a day before. It could be 4, 4, and 4, but I need, to get. And if you mess up, it messes with the audience that's attending. For one, from my perspective, if I don't know the words to something and I'm in the audience looking and it's wrong or it's late, it's going to turn me off of it. And then two, it causes a distraction if it's off, which is not supposed to be the main focus of the program. So stuff like that does count. And yeah, I know people are human, because I mess up sometimes too, but I'm just saying, that's from a perspective of someone that's up there in the production area next to the sound engineer and the camera people and all that. Like, that's so yeah, so after that, I forgot Tiffany was in there. I was like, oh, her first PLE, but it's not her first PLE because she was in the Elimination Chamber. It's her first one. Nope, it's not even the first one overseas. I was gonna say it's the first one overseas, but no, it's not. And then I was talking about Bianca's hair. Like, I love when she gets the feed-ins with the long ponytail. So we know that she normally does her hair, and then she does like 2 swigs with just her hair or 2 ponytails, something like that. But when she gets the braids, the big feed-in braids, and then the ponytail, I be like, okay, girl. Like, I love that look better, honestly. I like Jade with the cut bob. I honestly love her with the short hair, like the short hair. And That's because I've seen what she looked like with her hair cut short. So I'm getting some money. But I like her with the short hair, but she looks great either way. Like all of them look great. Um, and then after that, it was it? Who was it? Why are you so small, little man? That why you so small, little man. Okay, so after that, I think it was they show A-Town Down Under. I think no, wait. Okay, this is the part where I'm getting stuff mixed up. I know what happens, but I don't remember. So, yeah, I think they showed A-Town Down Under promo. And as soon as Theory said bonjour, I started cracking up. Because I'm like, I be cracking up because I'm like, this team is such a great duo, okay? And I say that, like I said before, because they are so arrogant and so delusional that it is funny and it works. Like, he was like, we're the greatest tag team ever and we're going to continue our winning streak. And I'm like, y'all only won like 1 or 2 matches. So, and that's what it be killing. That's why I be cracking up, because I be like, or they were like, such and such came to see us. And this person came to see us. And I be like, sir, no. Like, no. So, yeah, so next time about that, next time about, oh, y'all smell that? And he said, what, cheese? And he was like, no, not unless you smell it from this crowd. Da-da-da. So, crowd start booing or whatever. And then he was like, we smell smoke because the Street Profits want the smoke. And I'm here for the Street Profits. Y'all know me. Like, I'm here for them. Love them. Still want Montez to get a singles title. I don't care if he gets one and then they get a tag team title at the same time. I'm still waiting for him to get something. But after that went off, what got me was, I think it was Catch Repupic and versus AOP. And I didn't watch Spring Breaking this time. So I didn't know what was going on in NXT. And normally I watch NXT because I'll tweet about it and all that. Or even if I forget to tweet about it, I'll watch it. So I know what's going on. Didn't even see it. Don't know what's going on, okay? So, all that happened. And then I was like, why are they fighting? And then when they showed, I was like, see, this is why I tell people to watch NXT and people be looking at me sideways. Because I'm like, not only do you get to, who is coming up when they do like the draft or have random people come to Smackdown or Raw, you know who they are and what they're capable of. But if they use something from NXT to SmackDown, on SmackDown or Raw, you're not lost. You know what I'm saying? So like somebody was talking about, okay, so after that it was like Carmelo talking to Nick, I think. And he had that 90s R&B jacket on. It was, to me, it was giving Jodeci mixed with Drew Hill. And so he came out and was talking to Bobby. He came back and was talking, like Bobby congratulated him or whatever. And then he was like, you better watch who you like. You can't talk to certain people certain ways or whatever. And I said, Carmelo. I said, you are very athletic, okay? But you don't want that smoke with Bobby, okay? Like, because Bobby big as hell, for one. 2, he is old MMA fighter and ex-military, okay? And then 3, Bobby would have a belt around him if he had a storyline, okay? It's like there's a reason why he got eliminated from the Elimination Chamber first. Y'all seen him on Go in the Elimination Chamber? They had to get him the hell up out of there because he would have been the last one, and then he would end up going to WrestleMania and he would have won if there was no storyline. Trying to tell y'all, he beast, one of my favorites, beast, okay? Like, so I was like, I see that's gonna be a match sometime in the future. I don't know if Carmelo want them problems, okay? So somebody was like, I love it. They was like, he don't miss. He shoot his shot all the time. Now he gonna be in King of the Ring. Da, 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 da. Something, something, something. And then they was saying something about him and his beef with Grayson from back. So I said, I wonder if they gonna redo the beef with him and Solo, if they gonna go a different route. Somebody was like, a different route? And I was like, I guess we just gonna have to tune in and see. Cause you don't know, shoot. We can they could finesse us, okay? Like, we don't know, okay? So then we got the whole so then it was New Catch Repuplic versus AOP. Okay. Was it New Catch Repuplic versus AOP? I might be wrong. Yeah, I think it was New Catch Repuplic versus AOP. So the whole Final Testament came out. So I like New Catch Republic's. I like the colors that they put together. It was real regal, very much London. I mean England. Sorry, I know London is in England, so it's not. It could be from. And they was giving it their all. Okay, Tyler was giving it their all. I'm surprised he lifted homeboy up and did the airplane spin. Your leg's strong as hell, okay? Because there's no way. That's also what I was gonna say when Bianca did that KOD. I said this is the reason why. One of the reasons probably why she's still deadlifts. Like, cause she picks up whole humans and does a KOD. I think she did it. Has she done it? I don't know. I know she picked up during the pandemic and walked around the ring with Otis. That's why I wanted a triple threat match with her, Rhea, and Raquel, because they always saying all three of them are powerhouses. And it was like Raquel could lift 300 pounds. And I was like, well, Bianca can too. So, so he lifted an air spin. I was like, you is brave, okay? Because Wade was like, don't do it. This is about to be the single most stupid thing he do. He flew out the ring. He tried to get him in the ring. I'm like, none of that is working, okay? What is happening with this braid I got? So, yes, I gotta cut his too. So, yeah, so my man Pete went in there, tried to do his thing, tried to do the joint thing. That y'all know I like when he do the finger thing. I told him I gotta learn that. And I was like, y'all, I don't see y'all winning this match, okay? So unfortunately they didn't. Carrion ended up doing something on the outside. By the way, the color on his sleeve is so pretty. I was like, oh my God. Then I was like, the past 4 months, half of the roster done got super buff. Like, is there something going on that I don't know about? I'm all here for people getting healthier and living your best life, okay? I know we all in our 30s, some in our 40s, some pushing 50, and y'all still look great, okay? But the fact that all of y'all look like y'all are extra tuned, extra buff, like, I don't know what's going on. I ain't questioning it, but I'm here for it. Okay, whatever makes you once you healthier and happier you, I'm here for it. Cause I was like, I don't remember. I know Carrion had some muscle, but I don't remember him having muscle like that. And that's what I felt like when I saw AJ come back. We saw that when Randy came back. We saw that when Braun came back on Monday. Who else? When Roman came back, he was buff as hell because you can see the cuts in his ab. I'm like, what the hell is happening? Daggone, when Charlotte come back, she gonna be buff because I see her videos, okay? Xia Li, before she got let go. Well, I follow her on Instagram, so she stay in the gym. She do kickboxing and all that. She stay in the gym. But I was like, God dang. Like, y'all is doing it. And to have time to do it. Because honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't work out none of the days I was on the road. Y'all would see me work out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the days I'm at home. Because if I'm driving, if I'm leaving somewhere at 11, 12 o'clock, and then it take me 2.5 hours to drive there, and then we got to check out or do a late checkout, and then I gotta be at the facility at like the arena like 1, 2 o'clock. By the time I come home, like get to the place, I'm going to bed. Like I'm not thinking about, oh, I gotta set my alarm to 6 or 7 to go work out. Like I'm not doing that. Now if I get uninterrupted 6.5 hours, I can do it. But if I'm waking up in the middle of the night, I need the whole 8 hours because it's gonna take me a while to go back to sleep. It takes me at least an hour. Once I'm up, I'm up. Ow! So I can't. Y'all dedicated, okay? I don't know how y'all do it, but that's dedication, okay? Kudos to y'all, okay? Because it's no way in hell. I don't like to work out now, and I'm still trying to lose certain weight. So, but what? Yeah. So AOP ended up winning, and I was like, they big, but then I was like, oh yeah, they going to Raw. So I'm sorry. So I was like, they ain't gonna be able to do that at Raw. There's too many big people over there. Like they can't be throwing this weight around and all that other stuff and be thinking, oh, I'm gonna get away what we got away at Smackdown. That's not happening over there. You're gonna run into some major problems like the Bronson, the Ivar, a Braun, the other Braun Strowman and Braun Breaker. Like you gonna run into some stuff, okay? Even with the little dudes, like a Dragunov, I love him. I'm so glad he coming to Raw. Like Raw, y'all is gonna be lit, okay? Then on top of that, with the commentary with Pat and Mike Cole, I'm here for it. Sorry, that's so good. Dang, I wish I'd have waited for her to put the ghost peppers in. My friend from Honduras made me some chicken empanadas. And I love my Latino food spicy, and I should have waited for the jalapeno ghost peppers. I had to go get my son. So I'll take these off too, my eyes. So yeah. So they ended up losing. So then it ended up being LA Knight versus Angel. And I was like, why? But I forgot that the world loves LA Knight. So of course every time they're overseas, if he's not in a match, they're gonna show him in a promo backstage, and then he'll probably come out or have a dark match before or after. So I was a little confused, but I wasn't mad at it. And then he ended up winning. Berto and Santos look good on the sideline. I didn't really look at Logan's outfit. I was too busy looking at the men. Sorry. I'm going to be honest. And then I forgot how good, like I said, I forgot how good Santos was on the mic. And I said, he's about to be added to my list as current favorite men that do promos. I was like, for right now, it's been Miz, Woods, Seth, Montez. I had it in my brain and then I lost it. LA Knight, Jay, like about to add Santos to that list. Okay. The men that can talk and cut a good promo without it seeming forced, without it being boring or corny. Like, I love it. I was like, okay. What proved it to me was not last week when he was like, I'm gonna show you who did it, but it was the WWE digital exclusives and stuff. When they pulled him to the side and then he said what he said, I said, oh, Okay, so I'm like, if Dom's promos are like that or better, because I'm still waiting, especially after seeing that interview with her on Impulsive, then I can't wait to hear his. But who knows? Okay, and I'm so glad that Solo's now talking, but since Pittsburgh done started something, we might not hear him talk no more either. So I might be sad about that too soon. um, but yeah. So LA Knight had entered himself in the King of the Ring. So someone was like, King Knight sounds good, and then I think Santos entered himself. So far, as far as I know, I think it was Gunther Woods, right? Carmelo. Carmelo. I just said the two. Santos and LA Knight. I'm tired, y'all. And then who else? Yeah. So then Paul was talking to Nick, which I like Nick's tie. And then Nick had asked him something, and Paul was like, "How do I know? I ain't talked to Roman since WrestleMania." I said, "Ooh," and then Nick was like, "What you mean you ain't talked to Roman since WrestleMania? He removed himself for the draft." And Nick was like, basically, Paul removed him from the draft because of the stuff the Bloodline was doing or what can transpire. And Nick was basically like, well, since you can remove Roman from the draft, you could tell KO and Pat and them. I mean, I keep saying Pat. You could tell KO and Randy they don't need to do this match tomorrow, okay? Because of the detriment of what could happen to them. So then I think somebody on social media was like, so then who is the what do you say? So who is the tribal chief? It was like, it's probably the final boss. Somebody's like, oh, the final boss got power. No. And I said, nope. I said, I don't think it's Rock. Not unless they're gonna do next WrestleMania Civil War, a huge Civil War type situation. WrestleMania, The Rock's bloodline versus Roman, which would be dope though. I ain't gonna hold you. And it still be a big situation because Roman doesn't have a title, but he's still a big name. Like they was chanting his name in France. And I was saying the obvious, so I was like, it's probably Solo. And he's just saying that. I was like, or, okay, hear me out. Plot twist is Jimmy. He set up the fact that he got hurt, right? To make it look like he was the victim. But he's really the mastermind. And he's the second string quarterback calling audible. He got upset. You know what I'm saying? He's goofy in front of the scenes, but behind the scenes, he's the boss, like running everything. You know? So it could be that. Like, we don't know. Hell, we don't know. But also, with the Bianca and Bayley thing, people was like, I like this. Keep this going. Someone said, let him have another match, a final match, and let him dead it after that. And going about it, because someone's like, because the only reason why she turned face is because her team turned against her. I was like, that's true. And I was like,
Also, part of the reason, like, she couldn't be no heel and then be friends with Naomi. Like, that wasn't gonna work. I don't think Naomi's ever been a heel. Like, you not about to. So you gonna mess up everybody in the locker room but her. And then if you was to do that, that would have caused conflict with her. Because then it'd be like, why are you not doing anything to her? You know what I'm saying? So, and when she was talking about Damage Control and looking at her, oh, okay. So then Jay was like, and she walked off. And I was like, Bayley Boo, you're going to have to go on an apology tour like Jay did in Raw to prove that he was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these girls ain't never going to believe you. Like how KO never believed Jay. But some of the girls will. And it's just going to take, you might just have to, you know what I'm saying? Because what, what then? What then? Especially, and you know it's gonna be the kicker is if she tries to prove that she's innocent, and then Charlotte comes back, because not unless Charlotte doesn't Randy and was like, I've been watching you on TV and I see that you changed type situation. That's gonna be a whole situation because y'all fought against each other at Survivor Series. Like, she was down for the ride with Bianca and them. So I'm trying. That's another layer. You hear me? If the women keep going with this whole situation, especially Bayley, Bayley got a story, okay? Whoever attaches themselves to Bayley for SmackDown is going to be lit, okay? If they do to play their cards right. But, like, because if Bianca and Bayley did this, then who's going to, what are they going to have? Not less, I'm trying to think. Chelsea and Piper, and then you got Tegan. But Tegan's not a face or heel, I don't think. But I like her. I've been saying that for 2 years. And then, oh yeah, Nia. And I was like, she could be part of the bloodline if she wanted to be. So then, the KO show came out. Excuse me. Randy came out with the new shirts. Love the new shirts. Lime green is my color, so I love the art that was in like the lime neon green. Then the KO had the KO over it, and then his shirt. And I would actually waited and looked up for the Viber instead of tweeting, and then looking up and this kept me. Ain't even do it this time. This time I was prepared. Love the fact that audience sang his song and people was like, it's so dope how the audience don't speak English like that, but sing a song in English. First of all, that just goes to show you how ignorant some people are, because just because they're in France doesn't mean that everyone there only speaks French. Like, okay. But I get what they were trying to say, but they ain't say it right. So, um, yeah, so they came out. He was like so like thankful and saying thank you and stuff like that. And I was like, I love it. Okay. Love it. KO came out, they cheered for him. Then he started speaking French. I forgot the man for a second could speak French. And I knew he was Canadian. And I'm not saying every Canadian can speak French, but I know the part where he's from, he speaks it. And I forgot. So when he came out and started speaking, I was confused for a second. I said, oh, yeah, that's right. I love, and I mentioned this before, when the superstars speak in their primary language, and then they have gear that displays parts of their culture and their heritage. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. Like, in any type of culture for me. It doesn't have to be the culture from which you're born. It could be any type of culture, like how Woods and Kofi love gaming. So like, and like what is now retro TV, which I take offense to, but they will put wear like Dragon Ball Z gear, or they'll wear Ricochet got Dragon Ball Z gear too. Or they'll wear like the white and green Ranger gear. You know what I'm saying? Like they're part of the video game culture. Or how like excuse me. Street Profits always wears gear that goes towards like the city that they're in. Um the a sports team, like the sports culture. Or how him speaking French. And then like Shinsuke and Io speaking Japanese, and then Solo when they showed the camera on him up close when he used to have his matches, he used to speak in Samoan, and then like you know what I'm saying, like different stuff like that, or like when but the LWO and Legado del Fantasma are the only two that will speak in Spanish and then translate it in English. Like not even Damien and Dom do that in the Judgment Day. I don't think they do that. So, and 3 of the 5 members of Judgment Day understand or speak Spanish, which I just realized last month. And I don't even know how I was slow and didn't realize that, but I forgot about Finn. And then yeah, so that was dope. And then they said, you know, and then Randy started talking and stuff, and Paul came out, they booed him or whatever, and then they got attacked. So I was like, was this the plan the whole time, like for you to say what you wanted to say and then them get attacked? Because as soon as the Solo and Tama came out, they disappeared. So I'm like, where the hell did Paul go? and then after that, Randy was so pissed, he done threw 2 people through the announcements table. KO done flung over the ring and hit Solo and a whole group of security. I'm like, Jesus. Jessica and I think Daphne on the side, Lord, trying to stop them from killing each other. And I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. What is happening? Okay. So then they go off and, you know, do whatever they do. And then child. And then after that, I think I said the oh, so then it was the Street Profits versus A-Town Down Under. And I love the fact when when the Street Profits came out. First of all, them locker rooms was nice as hell. Wherever A-Town Down Under was at. Okay. Denise had put up, like, I remember posting this because of the lockers look nice. I said, okay, because that's the first thing I noticed before I even noticed. That's what I was paying attention to. And then I was looking at the Street Profits gear. I said, okay, Bianca, add your little touch. Because he had, like, the Prince's gold thing. So, like, you know, like, the King and Prince of England, when they dress up and stuff, or wear their military gear or whatever their suits, they have the little thing like this. Even, like, the King and Coming to America, he had the drape before when he took off his lion. They had that, but at the top of his gold jump had a kiss on it, a red kiss. And I said, so that's I said either she added that and it was a touch of her at it, or he had added it in an ode to her. I was like, that's real sweet. They came out, went out to the crowd. Love that fact. Love the fact that they went out to the crowd. I was happy. And then A-Town Down Under came out. And that match was pretty good. I couldn't understand what they were saying. I thought they kept saying Dawkins while Montez was in the ring, but they might have been saying something else because a lot of the chants I think were in French, so I don't know. And then the Street Profits ended up losing. And someone's like, I'm not gonna keep playing the Street Profits in my face. I said, okay. Talking about they need some gold. I said, okay, that's what I'm waiting for. I said, give them a title. If not, give Montez a singles title we've been waiting for, or give them both. Let him have a singles title and let him have a tag title. I was like, but I do feel like it's not their time yet. I feel like you should give IAmJustBee at least a couple more weeks. At least a couple more weeks. And then when Street Profits get it, have them have it for a little while. I'm only saying that because Theory's been a champion in the past 2 years already. Again, I want to say Grayson's been a champion in NXT too in the past 2 years. So I think Street Profits haven't been one in a while. Wow. Even Pretty Deli's been a champion in the past 2 years for NXT because New Day took it from him. And then in 2020, was that 2023 deadline? When is deadline? In January? Yeah, so so if we're going off timeline, then they should have one soon. They should have it for a while. Money. So then AJ came out. And his graphic came out. I didn't know he had a graphic. Okay. He came out. And then Cody came out and they sang his song. And my eyes are getting real heavy, y'all. And wait. And they had their promo exchange. And when Cody tried to do what he do, and AJ was like, like, you ain't about to say all this, you look up to me, I ain't that much older than you. I said, okay, because he tried to basically play your face. He's like, I'm still in my prime. I said, okay. And then when he said what he said, the crowd cheered for him. I said, the crowd went from cheering for him 1 minute, and then when Cody said what he had to say, to booing AJ the next minute. I said, one thing about Cody, and all of them about in the same age group, I said, KO, Cody, Finn, Seth, I said, they resilient as hell. You can beat them till they got only one eyeball left in the socket, broken arms, broken leg. They is going to wrestle, okay? They still going to find a way to do like this. It could be an hour later. Them the people that you need time matches for. Even if they tired as hell, they still are going to keep going. Because I had to think about it. Because if it wasn't for the fact that 4-way tag team match was 30 minutes, which I wasn't mad at. It was another match I was watching. I said, is this match time? So I'm like, y'all know, when y'all get him in the ring, it's not going to be, he going to stay. Was I watching Raw? I think I was watching Raw. No, I was watching Smackdown. And I think it was AJ. And I was like, y'all know he is not going to let up. Okay? And then after that promo ended, it ended up being in the back, KO and Randy fighting Solo and Tama. Which I think out of all the matches, I'm most looking forward to that one. That's the one I'm most looking forward to. Just because the hype has been so. I'll say the next one I'm looking forward to would be a tie between the Triple Threat women and then Jay and Damian. And I only say the Triple Threat women because I don't know the rules for these matches. Like, are any of them non-DQ? Are they standard matches? Like, what's the rules and what type of matches are these? Because if that's a situation, we don't know who's coming out to help who. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's layers to that. Oh, and then when they show Carlito asked Carlito what was going on with him, he was talking to Byron, and then he was like, he felt like he just been in the group 5 minutes, and I was like, so you basically got the same story Santos got. Santos felt that way about you, but he let it ride, and then you turned on him to get him up out of the group so you could be raised number one, and then you end up doing the same thing you said that he was doing, so he ain't attack nobody. So I was like, okay. But then Dragon came out here and was like, met at me. I was like, he's telling you, look at him while he beat you up, basically. And Ray had to pull him off. And I was like, that ain't gonna be the last of Dragon Lee. I was like, Carlito, you better Okay? Keep your hair. And so I said, he gonna make your life a living hell until he get an official match. And I don't know if if it's gonna be a situation where y'all fight at Raw, or over the next couple weeks it's gonna be something like that, or if it ended up being what's the next thing, Money in the Bank, or if it ended up being a Money in the Bank type situation. But that's gonna be, he gonna give you hell. Okay, something's gonna have to happen. You either gonna have to man up and meet him in the ring so y'all can beat the hell out of each other, or you just gonna have to keep ducking and diving, cause Dragon look like he ain't about to, okay? He ain't playing with you for real. He fed up. So, I don't know. I'm waiting. I want to see that. Like, I want to see how well that gets developed. But it's going to be a lot of new chess pieces into this game, especially on Smackdown. You know, Raw really, we got a couple new. But, you know, with Smackdown, excuse me, like the men's stuff is pretty much probably going to be standard. But with the women, like them getting Tegan, them getting Nia, them getting Blair, I wonder how that's going to be. Because, yeah, they're losing Zelina and they're losing Damage Control, but they're keeping like Michin, the big three, Tiffany, Bayley, Blair, Nia, Tegan, Chelsea, and Piper. I think that's all the women. So we will see, okay? But I can't wait for tomorrow. And to see what happens. And to watch the press conference like I always do. So what time is it? It is 11:14. It is past my bedtime. Okay, because I've been going to bed early this whole week. I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay, tweet and stuff while I gotta set my phone alarm, because if I don't, I'll legit forget, because I'll be having so much going on. Or I'll be in here cleaning my house with my music playing and forget that it's 1 o'clock. So, yeah, y'all be safe. Y'all have a good night. I'm about to go to bed. I'm about to put this bonnet back on my head. And, get some rest. No alarms tomorrow. Thank God, when my son's basketball and soccer season are over. So, love you all. Bye.